1 Kings chapter 4, verse 31 as one of the wisest men in all of Israel, second only to Solomon. This is not someone on the fringes of the faith community. This is someone at the very center of it. Wise, respected, known, close to God. And yet, Psalm 88 is, without any serious competition, the darkest psalm in the entire Psalter. And I mean that in a very specific technical sense. Most psalms of lament, and there are a lot of them, follow a recognizable pattern. They go down into the darkness, they describe the suffering, and then somewhere near the end there is a turn, a pivot, a but God, a moment of resolution or hope or renewed trust. And almost every lament psalm has that term. Psalm 88 does not. It starts in darkness, it stays in darkness, and it ends in darkness. The final word of this psalm is a Hebrew text, is literally the word for darkness. That is how Haman closes. No resolution, no bow on top, just darkness. Look at verse 13 and 14. But to you I have cried out, O Lord, and in the morning my prayer comes before you. Lord, why do you cast off my soul? Why do you hide your face from me? That is not a man who has found his footing. That is a man who is still asking why. Still unanswered, still in pain, still confused about why God feels absent. And then verse 18, the closing verse of the entire psalm, loved one and friend, you'll put far from me, and my acquaintances into darkness. End of psalm. No resolution. No, suddenly it all made sense moment. Just Haman, still in the pit, still in the dark. Here's the word I want you to see. Back in verse 13, the phrase cried out comes from the Hebrew word shinvavayin. And shinvavayin is not a general word. It is not a composed, kneeling beside the bed before you go to sleep kind of word. Shinvavayin means desperate, urgent shriek for help. The kind of cry that comes out of you when you are past composure, when you have run out of vocabulary, when all you have left is the sound of a person in desperate need. That's the word. That is the prayer Haman is offering. And God kept it in the Bible. I want you to think about that for a moment, because I think it is one of the most remarkable things in Scripture. God could have put a turn in this psalm. He could have resolved it. He could have added 3 more verses where Haman finds peace and writes a closing doxology. He did not do that. He preserved this prayer, this unresolved, still in the dark, ending in the word darkness prayer, right in the center of the worship book of the entire Old Testament faith community. Israel sang